Gibson lacquer finish that has been damaged by a guitar stand. And I'm already applied like 5 coats of shellac to the bare wood. So I do not want the black lacquer to absorb right into the pores of the wood. I just want it to sit there as underneath the clear coat. And kind of sandwiched between the sealer coat of shellac, there will be a black thin coat of lacquer. Now I've got the lacquer ready to go. Hope my arm isn't too much in the way here. And I'm just dropping in that black lacquer. And that is just a synthetic brush with this black lacquer tint. It's opaque black pigment mixed with lacquer. I'm gonna have to let that dry for a day or two, and then if there's low spots, I'm gonna treat that, and then I'll take the tuners off and spray nitro lacquer over the top. Probably just use a different angle at that, dropping in the second coat of black lacquer. This, I changed brushes because the first one, like that synthetic one, the lacquer thinner seemed to just dissolve that stuff. That was bizarre. So that's 2 coats of black nitro, and I guess that might do it. Alright, so now that I've dropped in all that black lacquer, I've realized the guitar is purple. It shouldn't make that big of a difference. Anyways, I drop in the black, and then I dropped in a little super glue, and then I'll use this little file just to blend it. It's like a needle file. See it there? I start blending. Once I get it where I need to be, I'll hit it with some 320 grit. I had that side looking pretty good. There was 2 small little holes left, so I dropped in a teeny bit more medium super glue, and I'll sand that, and then I'll just mask it off to here, and I'll mask it off to about here, and I'll just shoot some clear lacquer over this little spot right here, and probably only wait about a week or so, then I can wet sand it or polish it. Okay, I'm gonna try to get a video of me knocking down some of this super glue with the file. To get my magnification on, my eyewear, so to speak. Just leveling it. Kind of like that. And I'm real meticulous. Okay, now after knocking down that little batch of super glue, I noticed that I've got one low spot. And I'm gonna try to hit it right here with a little more super glue. See how that was a really small amount. I've got this Stuart McDonald accelerator. It's on a brush, and you can kind of wipe it above the spot and let gravity bring it down in there. And that hardens it right away. It's always better to wait an hour or so. It gets harder and harder. But, I mean, you can wait 10 minutes. So I've got this two smallest little spots filled in. I'm going to be able to sand those down smooth and get ready to spray. Oh yeah. Got here some loose bushings. Both sides, as a matter of fact. Them babies need a little work. Gibson Les Paul here that bushings pulled right out of. I thought I was going to have to use the old bushing puller thingy, but it turns out I was having a hard time getting it up against that pickup there. Just a little too tight, so I just wiggled it and it came out by hand. I'm going to clean this out and just lay a little, I don't know, I guess a little like fish glue around down in the bottom there. Just sit it on the stand and just let it settle. Just a teeny bit, just to tighten things up when I press it back in. Yeah, them babies were dirty. So I got some fish glue, the good stuff. I'm gonna just take about, that looks like too much. All right. I'll do that on both sides. And I'll just let it dry on this stand for a few days. I've got a few days because in for a, oh yeah, the headstock repair, which is sprayed with 3 coats of nitro. Looks pretty good. Here it is, the moment of truth. Let's see if these, still wobbling. That one seems pretty good. This one needs a little more. Back to the upright position. Alright, now I'm ready to see if that second dropping of glue was enough to hold that sucker. I think we can live with that. Yeah, I think that's good. Alright, and then here's the last step. I got her polished up and actually wet sanded it with 800 and then 1000 grit. And polished it with all 4 compounds. Coarse, medium, fine, and swirl remover. The color tone stuff. And it's about as good as I do. Just polish her up like that. Seems to have worked for all my customers so far. It's after guitar's been through a trauma like that, ends up with a lot of little scratches, and there's just no making it perfect. One last look at the repair that I did to the finish there around the shoulders of the headstock, peg head. before I put her away, or before I put the strings back on it. All right.